Hi guys, it's Halloween Q&A time again.
Everybody's a suspect!
Coming to get you, Bobber.
So every now and again I ask you to ask me questions about the Halloween franchise and I'll give you my opinion on the questions that you ask me. Today I'm going to do it slightly different. I am self-isolating at the moment, there's nothing else to do, and what I've asked you to do is just put in some questions and I'll read some of them out. I'm not going to just do one topic this time, I'm just going to read maybe 9 or 10 of them, and I'll go through them and I'll answer them as honest as I can. So apologies guys for the hat that I'm having to wear. I've worn a hat the past few videos I think because obviously all the hairdressers and barbers are shut, so I can't get a haircut, so it has to be the hat from now on. So we'll dive into the questions. The first question, I might have to read it a couple of times just to process the question, but the first question I'm reading out is from Phil McCavity, and he's asked, I always wondered why Michael Myers waited 15 years to continue his killing spree. Any thoughts? 15 years, I don't know. It could be the first time he had a chance to escape. 15 years, I don't think, I'll put my phone down a second. I don't think 15 years means anything. I think that after 15 years he was old enough, he was 21, he was old enough to maybe find out where the exit was, maybe plan an escape, and he chose that night on Halloween to escape. So I don't think the 15 years means anything. I think the Halloween night means something to him though, because I think what he remembers for the last 15 years was he killed his sister on Halloween night, and maybe every Halloween he has that notion that he wants to go back home and kill people, and it just so happens that 15 years later he was able to escape and go and do what he wanted to do. Next question is from Heather Wilson. She has said, do you think Michael can feel pain? Throughout the series we have seen him being shot and getting injuries, but it doesn't seem to affect him, so can he maybe just not feel it? Thanks. I think that answer could be different depending on what timeline you go down. If we look at Halloween 5, Halloween 6, I would say no, he doesn't feel pain, and doesn't feel the feeling of pain. So I think that Thorn, Michael Myers doesn't feel pain, but I think for the rest of the Michael Myers movies, yeah, I think he does feel pain. I think he thinks it's sore as well, but just doesn't react to it because he's so numb from sitting in that sanitarium for 15 years waiting to get his sister. So I think yes, throughout the whole entire series, most of the movies, I do believe he feels pain. I just don't think he reacts to it because he's so focused on what he wants to do. Next question is from Ross Mitchell. He said, looking forward to the old characters coming back, especially Kyle Richards. I don't know why Paul Rudd's not returning. Halloween 2018 was a success compared to what he does, but then I suppose he's in Ghostbusters. Well, yeah, I mean, I think I wouldn't mind Paul Rudd being in it because he's a big star and it would bring people to go and see the movie. But I don't mind him not being Tommy Doyle. I think that Anthony Michael Hall is just as good an actor as Paul Rudd. I just think he's just not as famous as Paul Rudd anymore. That's it. That's the only reason. Would I prefer Paul Rudd over everyone? Absolutely. But we're not getting him. And I do like Anthony Michael Hall. So I think we've got a really good replacement for Tommy Doyle, and he's not replacing Paul Rudd, he's replacing Brian Andrews, and Brian Andrews is obviously in no fit state to play Tommy Doyle again, so I think that we do have the best choice possible from what I can see. Okay, next question is from Elliot McNamara. They've said, in the first Halloween movie I watched many times, I noticed Michael going after Annie first and not Laurie. Was Annie his main target? Because if Laurie never got the call, she would have gone over and bump into Michael. How would the series carry on? As far as I can recall, he did go after Annie first, yeah, but he was stalking Laurie first, and I think his first interference with Laurie and her friends was when she dropped off the keys to the Myers house. So I think that's what led him to Annie and the rest of them. So I think we can blame Laurie for the death of Annie. Not really, but we can. So I don't think he was solely after Annie. I don't think he was solely after Laurie. I think he was infatuated with Laurie because he saw her at the Myers house. But it wasn't because it was Laurie. Anybody could have turned up at that house. It just so happens it was Laurie. So I think that, if anyone, he was after Laurie first or more than Annie. But yeah, he was still after Annie. Cosmic Dawn has said, with future movies about COVID-19 sure to great business, how could Halloween be the first Could Halloween, be the first to tap into it? They've already had a finished film, but could they do reshoots to include self-isolation or add it to kills? Just a thought. I think that would be a good idea for other films. I don't think it would be a good idea for Halloween, because it would be like similar to Halloween 4 when everybody was told to stay indoors and it was just Michael out with all the hillbillies trying to kill him. That would be the same scenario for Halloween Kills. I don't think it would make for a fun Halloween movie though, because we know that everybody would be in their houses safe, whereas Michael's out on the rampage killing no one because there's no one out there to kill. And at the end of the day, he is 61 years old. He's probably got a good chance of catching the coronavirus and possibly dying from it. So I don't think the coronavirus would be a good idea for a Halloween film, but it would be a good idea for different films. David Ferguson has said, in the Halloween Kills flashback scene, do you think we will see the aftermath of Michael being shot by Loomis 6 times? I would like to see the shape stumble back to the Myers house and collapse on the lawn outside to the sound of incoming police sirens, then have the scene fade into present day. Not necessarily saying his recapture, but just alluding to his capture. Have you thought about doing a live Ask Me Anything maybe once a week, Barry? Dave McRae has been doing a couple of these times a week and definitely helps during these times of being stuck indoors. Well, yeah, David, we'll start off with the flashback scene. I don't want to see too much of the capture of Michael during the flashback scene. What you said is probably as far as I would go. Maybe seeing a different angle of him falling over, getting up, falling over, and then the sound of the police sirens. I don't want to see Michael getting handcuffed and put in the back of a car. That would make for good viewing for a Michael Myers movie. So I think what you said is the maximum I would show, to be honest. After that, you've asked about doing a live Ask Me Anything maybe once a week. I would love to do that. And even though I'm at home, I still don't have all the time. In fact, I have less time now because I'm working from home and the kids are home as well. I'm having to watch the kids more than I would with them being at school and nursery. So it's harder to get videos done, never mind live videos, so that's quite hard to do. And Dave McRae's been doing a couple of times a week. Yeah, I've been watching Dave's stuff, which has been excellent. I don't think Dave's got kids, so it is quite harder for people with the kids to do it. But anytime and any chance that I get, I certainly will. Next question is from Robert Garcia. He's got 2 questions. Do you think that the Carpenter will do a new... Do I think that John Carpenter will do a new score for the film? Would you like to hear a revamp to the theme or hear something completely new? I'll answer that question first. I'd like to hear something similar to what he done in Halloween 2018, mainly because it's a continuation of the same story. So something similar to what he done for 2018 movie. Yes, I'd like to hear some revamps from the original because I want to hear more nostalgic music to it, but I love what he done with the 2018 score, so I'd be happy with that. His next question was, how will the shape deal with getting partially of his hand blown off? Shouldn't this limit his killing ability? Well, yeah, it can limit the ability for anyone, even Michael Myers, but he's still got another hand that he can use, and who knows what he would do with his own hands. Is he going to maybe stick a fork in it or something? Probably not, but he's got another hand to use, so I think he will still be capable. Next question is from Anthony Wood. You've asked, my question is, I understand that every director wants to make their own mark on the Halloween franchise, but with the original Mask being such a fan favourite, why does each film stray away from it? I think due to the fact that the mask wasn't available at the time to reuse. It was just a Captain Kirk mask, so it's very hard to get what they wanted for that mask. And I can understand what you're saying. If they can replicate it now, which is what they're doing in this new movie, why couldn't they do it before? The answer is I don't know. Why couldn't they do it before? Why did they have to change it up so many times? And the answer is I just don't know. Is it lazy filmmaking? Is it these filmmakers coming in not understanding the original franchise, not watching the original franchise? That's possibly one of the answers. So I can't really answer that question. All I can guess is they just didn't care. Okay, next question. I'm going to do one more question. This is from the G-Man. He's asked, when do you think we will see the first trailer for Halloween Kills? I'm genuinely worried that COVID-19 will delay the movie's release later in the year. All the best in the future with your channel. Your content is great. Thanks very much. And is my go-to channel for any Halloween updates. Good to see a fellow Glaswegian doing well. That's probably why you come to my channel then, G-Man, because I'm Glaswegian and you can understand my accent. As for the Halloween Kills trailer and the delay, I did mention that in another video, that there is a potential for a delay for the movie. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they're going to delay it because it is in October, but it could delay some of the marketing and restrictions behind the marketing. I originally thought that the first teaser trailer would come out at the end of March, the beginning of April, which is what we're in at the moment, and we've still got nothing. That could be due to the COVID, but obviously Jason Blum did tease that there is a trailer coming soon and they're working on it, so that's roughly around about the time that I thought it was going to come out when he mentioned that. So I'm hoping that we do get a teaser trailer shortly. I don't think the production of a teaser trailer should be delayed because of the COVID, because that can be done in isolation. I think that the marketing team still have to be sure though if October 2020 is going to be the date. So thanks to everyone that asked me a question. I'm really sorry if I didn't read your question out, guys, because there is quite a lot to go through. It beats just answering one question per video for the time being. I've answered maybe 10 or 11 there. So keep your questions coming, not in this chat because that one's finished now. Maybe in a week or two, I'll put another Q&A out there for Halloween and just ask as many questions as you can, guys, and I'll try and get all the questions answered as best as I can. As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.